Hello BTS lovers! Is this finally the proof Jikook fans have been waiting for all this time? That question now echoes across various social media platforms, just 2 hours since a short video was uploaded and immediately became the center of attention in the global BTS fandom community. It is not an exaggeration to say that this video, in a very short time, has shaken the foundation of the narrative surrounding the relationship between two BTS members, Jimin and Jungkook. Many are calling it the missing piece, or the fragment of evidence that has long been difficult to refute, but now is clearly visible and captured in high quality. An emotional and physical interaction so intimate that it leaves almost no room for denial. Just 2 hours after being published by a trusted fanbase account with a history of consistently valid uploads, the video has already reached millions of views. Not only that, fans' comments and even some Korean media outlets have begun to emerge, mostly focused on one thing. Is this the end of speculation and the beginning of an acknowledgement long held back? The video shows a clip from a behind-the-scenes moment of a BTS concert that had never been released before. Unlike stage interactions that can be interpreted professionally or as fan service, this footage is personal and was not intended for public consumption. Yet somehow, the footage leaked and has now become a major topic. In the video, Jimin is seen resting his head on Jungkook's shoulder in a relaxed manner, with an expression of closeness that is nearly undeniable. Even more astonishing is the soft voice captured after being analyzed by some fans using audio enhancement techniques, revealing Jungkook whispering, "I'm always with you, you know that, right?" The combination of body gestures, tone of voice, and the moment's context in this video not only reinforces long-standing speculation, but also places the Jikook relationship in a different zone. This is no longer about playful interaction or groupmate closeness, but an emotional dynamic that suggests something deeper, more personal, and more consistent. Semiotic analysis by several fans even suggests that their gestures represent patterns of intimate communication rarely seen in ordinary coworker relationships. A nonverbal communication expert, interviewed by an independent fandom YouTube channel, stated that the video contains very strong indicators of emotional closeness. Even within the limits of K-pop idol professionalism, where physical touch is often used for fanbase engagement, the expressions seen in this footage are too sincere to be staged. Instantly, the fandom community became divided. On one side, there are those who consider the video a form of intense platonic love that can only exist between two people who have gone through a lot together. However, the other side argues that this visual and verbal evidence is too explicit to be regarded merely as friendship. Those who have long supported the romantic theory between Jimin and Jungkook feel a strong sense of validation and call this moment a turning point in the history of the Jikook fanbase. This phenomenon, of course, cannot be separated from the context of K-pop culture and how relationships between idol group members are often objects of public interpretation. However, in Jikook's case, the narrative built over the years based on video analysis, facial expressions, and candid moments seems to have reached its peak today. This video, less than 2 minutes long, has managed to synthesize the scattered puzzle pieces into a single, cohesive narrative frame. Interestingly, up until now, there has been no official statement from Big Hit Music, the agency that manages BTS, regarding the validity of the video or the context of the interaction shown. When asked for comment by the media, a Big Hit spokesperson simply said that they do not comment on the personal affairs of their artists. A response that only sparked wider speculation, as it is seen as neither denying nor confirming the contents of the video. So, what is the impact of this on BTS and their fans? Some Korean pop culture observers say that the fandom's reaction to this video will determine a new direction in the dynamic between idols and fans. This is not just gossip or viral content. This involves identity, loyalty, and the emotions of thousands, even millions, of people who have followed this narrative for a long time, said a media sociologist in Seoul. What is clear is that the video that surfaced 2 hours ago has gone beyond its status as ordinary fan-based content. It has become a catalyst for change. Many are beginning to question once again the boundaries between reality and the narratives built in the Korean entertainment world. Some even say that this video will become a digital artifact in the history of global fan culture. Now, the biggest question is no longer whether Jikook is real, but rather, if it is real, is the world ready to accept it? But now, after the emotional wave that struck the Jikook fandom in just a matter of hours, one major question has surfaced and must be asked by anyone following this development. Is what we are seeing truly real? Or is it merely a clever digital construct designed to create viral effect and sensation? We live in an age where perception can be shaped in an instant, where short video clips can create nearly undeniable narratives even before the facts and context are fully understood. Is it possible that the video has been manipulated, edited, or structured in such a way as to suggest something greater than the reality? Or conversely, is this a fragment of honesty that was accidentally exposed to the digital world and now tests the boundaries between the public realm and privacy? Various comments from netizens are beginning to show two opposing poles. On one side, there are those who welcome it with euphoria and feel this is the moment of validation for their years-long belief. On the other, many are starting to question the authenticity of the video. Why is this video surfacing only now? Who filmed it? What is the purpose? And why hasn't there been any official statement from BTS? These questions are flooding comment sections and online discussion forums. This skepticism is not without reason. In recent years, we've witnessed how deepfake content, audio-visual manipulation, and sophisticated narrative framing can create false perceptions on a massive scale. So, are we now victims of a collective illusion intentionally spread to drive traffic, exposure, or even financial gain? If so, who benefits? It's worth noting that sources of information about the video are scattered across various social media platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and even some alternative news channels. But not a single mainstream media outlet has confirmed or investigated it in depth. Does this mean the video is not credible enough to cover? Or is it too sensitive for major media to touch? As the writers, we can only state that the information you are reading now comes from aggregating various sources on the internet. Its validity remains in question. Therefore, we invite readers not to take everything presented at face value, but to digest this information through a reflective and critical lens. Is it true that Jikook has a romantic relationship as portrayed in the video? Or is this merely an expression of affection between close friends that has too often been misinterpreted by the public? Are we projecting the narrative we want onto a reality that never gave us permission to interpret it however we please? And this is where our dilemma as information consumers lies. We want to believe, but we also know that the desire to believe can sometimes blind us. The intimacy shown in the video, no matter how convincing, is not automatically absolute proof without context, without chronology, and without official acknowledgement from those involved. Let us reflect on this together. Is the love we see real love, or merely a projection of the collective hopes of fans? Are we witnessing a moment of honesty? Or are we trapped in a digital narrative designed to touch our emotions and suspend our logic? How often do we let our personal desires define the truth? Without allowing room for healthy doubt, we all certainly want to believe in something beautiful, something touching, something that appears sincere. But in a world where information can be manipulated, engineered, and twisted so intricately, that beauty must always be tested by reason.